I'm late, yes, but life happens and was because of my real job that I didn't make a video about Belgian Grand Prix. But probably you're not gonna watch this because it's too late. But I want my opinion to be somehow safe in a place that I can, after a while, come back and see what I thought about it. So, hi, I'm Nina. Welcome to by Nina Lens. This is the Vroom Vroom the Lula segment, and here we are gonna talk about the Belgian Grand Prix. Was weekend with F1, F2, and F3, but as you know, I would just make comments about F1. Why? Because normally I just watch qualifying and sprint race of the other categories because of the time. If the time zones, or if you have F1 TV and you be able to watch after what happened, I suggest you to watch because it's amazing. I'm not talk about the news because it's like too late. First practice one started with Daniel Ricciardo spoon. Alpine had a special delivery because of the movie Wolverine in Deadpool Wolverine. I don't know actually. Anyways, Ocon had a problem, was a water leak, and they have to unbuild the car to figure out and resolve the problem. We have a radio of Paris saying that he was struggling with knowing why the car was strained on the entries, and the engineer asked if it was on low speed, and he said it was in all the speed. It's clear that Red Bull races are with problems, especially after some updates. Even that this weekend, I don't remember which day it was, but there was a talking about maybe they will go back to old chassis because Paris was doing better in the other chassis, but they would see because the other teams are going forward, and that could work and that maybe could not work, was something to test. 3 of FP1 was Max Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, and Alex Albon. FP2, everything works very normal, and Ocon's car was already fixed, and that's it. That's the only update we had. And top 3 was Lando Norris in P1, Oscar Piastri P2, and Max Verstappen P3. Now on Saturday, the weather started to change a little bit. We start to see rain. The day before, Mercedes thought there was something different with the car, and they decided to take off the updates on the car to see how the car was going to be. So they were with the old version and works better on Spa and with the rain situation. Because of the rain, we have some cars spinning on the street practice stream. Daniel Ricciardo was the one who has problem this time with the hydraulics. The team have to open the car to see what it was. Almost 12 minutes that had started the session, Stroll, he spun and he crashed on the wall. So we had a red flag. Take advantage of the time was happening, the red flag. Lando changed his floor. The rain was so strong that they have to ask for the safety car to go on the track to see how the track was going, if it was possible to let the drivers go. But was a long time after the FIA say, okay, we will put the safety car on the track to see how it is, for the safety car really be able to go on the track and see how it was. But we have to remember that even if the safety car goes and everything's okay, the driver of the safety car have to remember that the F1 cars is different, so he has to think when he's giving the feedback for the FIA. Sainz, he had made any lap on the session, so he was the first on the queue to go back to the track. But as we know, in free practice, when there is a red flag, the time's still running. And when they were free to go to the track, was already 1 minute and 30 seconds to go to finish the session, and he even get out of the track, so he wasn't able to do any lap on this session. So some cars went just for practice. They started, and we saw a moment that Red Bull Racing was open Paris car. Then top 3 of the session was P1 Max Verstappen, P2 Oscar Piastri, and P3 Pierre Gasly. A little before the qualifying started, we see the Aston Martin team was still working on the Lance's car. They were still closing the air passage. They changed the floor, the engine, the suspension, the gearbox, and the front wing. Normally, the drivers start to wait for go to the track to the first drivers get the track ready for be better for the others. But this time, because there was prediction of rain, they couldn't risk the chance of do at least 1 lap. And that was what Norris engineers said. It's possible in these conditions, we should go for it. On the first lap, timed lap, we think class 2 rain 8 minutes in the session. We have a moment about, in the Q1, we also have a moment between Joe and Verstappen about impediment, and at the end to make difference because Joe was already on the last position. So okay, who got out on Q1? Joe P20, Logan Sargent P19, P18 Yuki Tsunoda, P17 Kevin Magnussen, P16 Hülkenberg. Q2 started with a light rain that get stronger with the time. And who was out was P15, Lance Stroll, 14, Valtteri Bottas, P13, Daniel Ricciardo, 12, Gasly, 11, Alex Albon. Q3, we have 2 penalties that was established. First, Max Verstappen, he got the pole, but he ended up as P11. Max changed his internal combustion engine for the 5th time. The second penalty was Joe, because he lost 3 positions on the grid because of him impeding Max in Q1, but he was already P20, so you have to know that he changed a lot of pieces on his car because of the past week, so he received a 60 position on the grid, but we know that didn't happen, so he got to be the last one on the grid. Okay, remember that Max went to P11, but how the top end finished in Q1? P1, Max Verstappen. P2, Charles Leclerc. P3, Checo Perez. 4, Lewis Hamilton. 5, Lando Norris. 6, Oscar Piastri. 7, George Russell. 8, Carlos Sainz. 9, Fernando Alonso. And 10, Esteban Ocon. Let's start with DNF was Joe. He lost power on lap 4. They fixed the car, but after he was losing the brakes, so he went to the pits and retired. We have Hamilton complain about losing the car. Hamilton, Perez, and Stroll were complaining about the car losing speed on the straights. There was a time that Sainz went out of the track. He went to the gravel, but everything was fine. He was able to go back, and the commentator said something that was really funny, and I put on my notes, and I have to share with you guys that Wolverine passed Wook, and he is behind that pool. I think it's stupid. It is stupid, I know, but I thought it was funny, and I decided to say in the video. Anyways, and with 1 stop strategic, George Russell was able to win the Belgian Grand Prix, and the P3. The original P3 actually was George Russell as P1, Lewis Hamilton as P2, and Oscar Piastri as P3. But what happened? A little after, we received that they were waiting the cars, and Russell's car was not following the rules, and we already know what would happen there, and George Russell was disqualified. Russell's car was 1.5 kilos lower than it was supposed to be, the car plus driver. Driver of the day, Lewis Hamilton. Fastest lap was Checo Perez with 1:44.701 seconds. Fastest pit stop was McLaren, was 2.05 seconds. Final result of the race was P1 Lewis Hamilton, P2 Oscar Piastri, P3 Charles Leclerc, P4 Max Verstappen, P5 Lando Norris, followed by Carlos Sainz, Checo Perez, Fernando Alonso, Esteban Ocon, Daniel Ricciardo, Lance Stroll, Alex Albon, Pierre Gasly, Kevin Magnussen, Valtteri Bottas, Yuki Tsunoda, Logan Sargent, Nico Hülkenberg, DNF, Zhou Guanyu, DSQ, George Russell. That I will not talk about news, but there's two things that I put here, and I put this part separate from the news that I put in my notes, because I think it's two important things. One made me happy and the other made me really mad. So I will start with the one that made me really mad. There was two young drivers that lost their lives in Spa. Whistling death on that circuit, and was Antonio Robert, a friend of Pierre Gasly, and Delando van Hoof. And every year, Pierre organized one in tribute for them. And this year was not different. If you don't know, there is movie that we call F1, and they have social media like they were drivers. And at first this was funny, but they now touch in a subject that was not forever race for them. Remembering Anthony Hubert and Delano van Hout, forever members of our motorsport family. And there is a photo of the drivers. The fans get really mad and start to ask for the lead. That was disrespectful. And a fan comment, "You are not risking your life at the tracks racing for them. Wearing a race suit does not make you a racer. You can call cut when your set gets out of control. They couldn't. It is nothing to honor their memories, but this one feels heavy and out of place." And then the team posted, "Please explain this." And there is a photo of one of the filming days that the car of the team crashed. That makes the fans really more mad they already were. And I was really mad and angry with that, because it was ridiculous, it's disrespectful. But after a while they deleted the Twitter, but I have the print of this with me, and I thought this was cool, so I decided to put here. And also is a way to finish this video more light and maybe happy, I don't know, but light for sure. It's a post that McLaren made, the Hibbert History Makers. Lewis, first F1 Hibbert engine race win in Hungary 2009, and Pato, first NTT IndyCar Series Hibbert engine race win in Mid-Ohio 2024. I just find it was cool, because both first win with the Hibbert engine was McLaren. And why McLaren posted this just now? Because when Pato won was in July 7th. My necklace. If you don't know, you know. Anyways, so the anniversary of the race in Hungary 2009 was during the Belgian Grand Prix. So thanks so much if you watch it until here, especially because this video was too delayed. I promise I will try to be better in the next races. So that's it. See you soon.